Last time we did a white-green deck, or more of a white deck with a few green cards. So we've been noticing that Mercenary Aggro has been bum rushing us down. And from what I've been hearing from other people, it's actually green-black is the powerful color combination. Apparently, this format is a lot slower than I've been finding it to be. At least the people I've been watching online. They've been saying that this is an extremely slow format, that basically you always want to get into those late game scenarios that you're going to get there, which I just keep finding that I get bum rushed and that's how I lose my games. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll see if I'm in the wrong. I'm hoping I, as always, I hope I'm in the wrong because that means there's more to learn. And generally I take a more negative tone, but I'm pessimistic with the desire to be proven wrong, basically. All right. Well, when I am pessimistic, I always desire being proven wrong. So at least we have that much. And we have one person who always waits the last second. All right. Thank you, Domino Sanders. Thank you. All right. What do we got? Gold Vein Hydra. I think that's the easy pick. Just good at every stage of the game and helps ramp us into the later stages of the game. Deep Muck Desperado is actually a win condition. I was shocked to figure out that was the case, but it's true. Always like those lands. Fell the Mighty. The thing is, whatever you choose, there's something that's going to survive, and it's usually your opponent's creature, unfortunately. So I actually do prefer Deep Muck over the Fell the Mighty. Mock Ruckus is nice. Respawn Outcaster might be your next pick if it comes around. It's not coming around. We are hoping to table the C-Note Heath, the Oasis Gardener, and the Spinewood's Paladin. I think it's, yeah, these three cards we're looking to get. Otherwise, we know that there's plenty of red. Something in red will be coming back to us. But yeah, Gold Vein Hydra, just 4 mana 3/3 that ramps us, 5 mana 4/4 that ramps us. If we get into those late game stages, 8 mana 7/7. That then makes a bunch of treasure tokens. Vigilance, Trample, and Haste is just a powerhouse of abilities too. Alright, Shepherd of the Clouds, not a bad card. And keep in mind, this is a mana value 0, so if we don't have a mount, we can actually use this to return to our hand and play as a powerhouse. 5 mana 4/3 Flying Vigilance is already good enough. Secure the Critics is good. The Frontier is good. Wrangler of the Damned. If you are blue-white, this is an army in a can. Just you play at the end of their turn, and then from then on, you're making 2/2s and holding up blockers. Congregation Griff. I mean, we have already seen that this will win us games. We already are green. We already seen this will win us. These two will win us games. This one is more in the colors we already are supporting. I think that's going to be the pick. Map the Frontier might come back around, and we might use it to just go into a splash for like Bant, blue, white, and green. But yeah, Congregation Griff is insane. I think we pick that next. Shepherds of the Cloud is good, but generally you do want that in a mount deck, which, and like, if we have Gold Vein Hydra, splashing the green is not a sacrifice. Congregation Griff I like better than that. Riku of the Many Paths, just too many colors. Then you need modal spells. It just needs too much. I mean, it's a 3 mana 3/3 that then could card draw you, so that's pretty good. Outlaw Stitcher is a very good card for its colors. Let's check in our colors real fast. Each creature you control gets +2/+2, gains trample, and can't be blocked by more than one creature. So this is a finisher, but you have to have a board for it. Holy Cow is a nice white card. Hard Bristle Bandit is ramp and color fixing. So it might actually be Hard Bristle Bandit. If we want to just jump to the strongest card is Outlaw Stitcher. Next strongest is Riku. I have been impressed with Sterling Hound. But I think the Hard Bristle Bandit, just being as a way to ramp us, and to be every single color we want. The fact that it's tapped to mana of any color is actually very big for this card. And I think that's why I'm going to pick it. Fleeting Reflection, Rakish Crew. So these are all cards that are like, these are part of the black-red mercenary deck. We're nowhere near that right now. Silver Deputy, just very unimpressed with. Rather have Voracious Varmint as just a 2-drop. And if I'm going Voracious Varmint, I might prefer Outlaw Medic as a life-linking 2-drop. So whenever you can power up Outlaw Medic, it's amazing. But the question is, do we have a way to power up 2/2 Vigilance versus 1/3 Lifelink? If we're going to the late game, 1/3 Lifelink is stronger. It also dies to draw a card. I think I'm going to go with the Outlaw Medic, but it's very close. It's just, like, we look like green's going to be a big color for us, but we're also splashing white doesn't seem that difficult. if we just stay the course. And like these two are good cards, but I think we don't need to go for the best card. We just need to go for a good card. All right. This is, hard removal, 3 mana, but it has to be, you have to get those colors. We might not get them. Drover Grizzly is a mount in our colors. That's nice. A Barrel Smasher. If the Mercenary deck starts roping around, this is a good signal. Outlaw Stitcher, seeing that we've seen 2, I might grab the Outlaw Stitcher because blue-green is the plot deck. And so being able to jump off of blue-white into blue-green, or green-white to green-blue, might be a really good way of doing this. This is an amazing win condition in that deck. Just gets us a big beater. I think this is the path. Nimble Brigand is not bad at all either. So there's that thing. Crom, if we could get the blue-white deck, that's amazing. Return the Favor, it's pretty deep red for where we are now, but if we can get it, that is a 3-for-1 on one of their kill spells, because we switch theirs to one of their own creatures. Kill another. Map the Frontier, we could go into 5-color if we want to grab Map the Frontier. Denial, Outlaw Medic just as another good starter. I think this is just the safest pick. Decisive Denial could be really good. I mean, it's a kill spell or a counter spell. Like, it covers everything. Forlorn Flats is not bad. Like, this was honestly a tough pick. I'm going Outlaw Medic to be safe, but that might not be the right pick. Wrangler of the Damned Tables. It looks like we have a reason to splash blue, and yeah, we could be green-white splashing blue, and because this is a 5-mana card, we don't need that blue anytime soon. So I think Wrangler of the Damned is easily the pick here. It was nearly the pick back in, like, pack 1, and so there might be a second one coming around if no one else took it. Vengeful Townsfolk is the next pickup, but I think we go for this. Also worth knowing, Jolene was tabled all the way around as well. Jolene's a very powerful card. Getaway Glamour. Getaway Glamour is a kill spell that also is a protection spell. Like, yeah, I don't know how some of these cards rotate, other than the fact that there's just so many good cards in the format right now. That's what I've learned, that there's so many good cards in the format that you're going to see good cards on your way back. All right, Wanted Griffin. I think we just take the C-Note Heath, honestly. It's going to be fixing. It looks like we're going to be 3-color, so we want just those extra fixing cards. Hey, Vibes, how's it going? Yep, I don't know, I've been enjoying Magic, so I'm just going to keep playing it as long as I can, because it gives me something to stream. It gives me a reason to be here, something fun to do. Right now, we are drafting, it looks like it's going to be Bant colors. So green, white, and blue. So now here's a question. Do I want the Wanted Griffin as a 4-drop, or the Map the Frontier as mana fixing? We have Hard Bristle and Golden Vein already as mana fixing, and I think the flying is going to be enough of a way to get a win condition that I would actually prefer that first. Looks like a lot of red, like a late Thunder Salvo is a signal that we might be able to just jump over to red if they give us the option, but also the late Outlaw Stitcher tells me I don't have to. All right, double red. Yeah, so red is open if we can find a way to jump in. If we jump in, I think we're going to end up going with the double spell stuff, so let's grab for that. All right, Archmage's Charm, way too much blue. Ornery Tumblewag, well, that's our decision. So this is a mount, so already works for Congregation Rift, and it's just a 3-mana 2/2, turns into a 3/3 on the turn you play it. Next turn becomes a 4/4, swings in. That's the worst case scenario for this card. Best case, it pumps up to make combat very difficult, doubles up, and becomes a threat that's going to kill them. Getaway Glamour, Outcaster Greenblade. Like, there are so many good cards that we're hoping to table out, but we can't pass up the Ornery Tumblewag. The Ornery Tumblewag is that good. So I think that's an easy pick. We have one, two, probably 3, 4, possibly 5 cards that we would love to see tabled back around. But for now, I'm happy with the Ornery Tumblewag. Our Curve is very happy to get another 3-drop. We love that it's a mount. Like, easy Ornery Tumblewag. All right, Hostile Investigator. Might single-handedly be a reason to go black. Might genuinely be a reason to just jump into black. Otherwise, let's see. Beastpawn Outcaster. Jurid Mirror of the Wilds. We need tokens, and I don't think we have any of that. Do we have any 4-attack minions? We do not. We have Goldvein Hydra and Ornery Tubblewag as our ways to trigger the Beastbond Outcaster. Either way, I think just a 3/3 that you can pull out on 2 might be good enough. Deep Muck Desperado could be a win condition, but I think we are big enough bodies that we don't need to resort to that. Ooh, Armored Armadillo or Phantom Interference. These both would go for the Wrangler of the Damned play. I think I'm going to stick with green for now, but it's a tough one. Gem Lightfoot Sky Explorer. All right, that gives us another reason to go that path. If we go that path, I'm trying to think what cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 cards that will happily allow me, 5 cards that will happily allow me to just end my turn and hold up mana. So I think Gem Lightfoot is perfectly good. Visage Bandit is great. I could use that to copy a Tumblewag. I could use it to copy an Outlaw Stitcher. I think the Visage Bandit might be better for me. Because it could also copy the Wrangler of the Damned. It could be plotted easily. We know that green is going to be a color, so green-white becomes harder to splash. Wrangler of the Damned still works because it's 5 mana. 4 mana is actually... This is a very competitive mode, yes. Once I finish this draft, I can slow down and we can talk more casually. But right now, we are in the very much... We have to focus on all of our decision points. Shepherd of the Clouds, just as I said, it brings back a permanent with 3 mana value 3 or less. In other words, our Ornery Tumblewag. So yeah, vibes, in case you're wondering, draft. Basically, the cards that I'm picking here are the only cards I have for my deck. At the end of this, I'm going to build a 40-card deck, and whatever I draft is what I get and nothing more. So like, I'm passing out this Hypothesizzle, not going to come back. Passing out this town ain't big enough, not going to come back. It might be better to grab the this town ain't too late, but maybe it would have been better to take that. And next up, Becoming makes it all the way here. Yeah, okay, so let me explain. 6 mana, every turn you draw an additional card, and then sometimes you could play a 3 creature that's also a 3/3 goal. If these games go long, this is a 6 mana draw card each turn. Anything else isn't worth noting. The fact that Dance of the Tumbleweeds make it this far also means that my colors are probably wide open. I don't understand how some of these insane cards make it to like pick 5 and pick 6. I know there's a lot more good cards in the format, but my gosh. All right, here, Free Strider Commando, I think. Plotting works well with these Wrangler of the Damned effects. The fact that it can become a character, it could have 5 power by plotting it for 4 is big. Maybe it's Vengeful Townsfolk. No, this is a 3 mana 3/3 if I need a 3 mana 3/3, and then it's bigger if I need it to be bigger. In a way with this, I have to rely on my opponents removing and a bunch of other situations. All right, Ionize Stubborn Burrowfiend. Okay, I think it's an easy Stubborn Burrowfiend. I've heard a lot of good things about Anklebiter, but here's the thing. We have 14 creatures and 2 non-creatures. This thing, the more creatures we have in our deck, the more that mill becomes a powerhouse. The fact it's a creature, it's a mount. So it works with our Shepherd of the Clouds, it works with our Congregation Gryph. If we get Miriam or something, it works with Ornery Tumblewag. It is a good card. Yeah. And it's a 2-drop. They even mentioned that it's a 2-drop, which is exactly what we want. Looks like it looks like everything was open. I don't know what to say. I think I'll grab the Phantom Interference, honestly. Just have the counterspell available. Otherwise, it's the Bridled Bighorn, which wouldn't be bad, but I actually was about to switch to the other color because I think I was convinced. Gold Rush, you need a lot of treasure. I have 1 treasure maker. How much? All right, so we have 28% blue, 39% white. Okay, so it looks like we're white-green. It looks like white-green is going to be our colors, and we're splashing blue. So and that means it was correct to have taken the other card. Oh well, Patient Naturalist going to help us with our fixing. Just mills 3, gets you a land, and then sometimes creates a treasure. So always something good for me. Either gets you a land or gets you a treasure. Either way, it's good. C-Note Heath helps with our colors. Yeah, we're green-white, and we're splashing blue, possibly. Sterling Keykeeper, just a great, it's a 2-mana 2/2 that also has the ability to tap down threats. Beautiful. This town ain't big enough. Glad to have that. I think we are going to try to stick with blue being top end, with these cards being plot 5, plot 3, or a 4-drop. This is technically a 5-drop that can be splashed. Yeah. I think this double blue is too much. Razzle Dazzler is a fun card, but not where we're going. Force of Vigor. Stripped 2 target artifacts or enchantments. Okay, so this is a... That's weird. This is a constructed card, but it's in a limited set. Alright. Yeah, we're not playing that. So now that I know that we're very clearly green-white, I think this Bounding Feldar becomes a lot more promising. It's a great top end for my deck that then I can saddle it, gain a bunch of life, get a bunch of +1/+1 counters, which Ornery Tumblelag loves. Like, I think this is the card we want. Mobile Homestead and Thunder Lasso are both great, but I don't think they're making it around. I'm probably going to end up taking this Voracious Varmint. Yeah. We have plenty of creatures. We have plenty of early game, so let's get some late game to make up for it. Alright. Active Sure Shot. Holy cow. Giant Beaver. I think Giant Beaver, it's not like, oh, this card's so good. It's like, listen, it's a 4-power creature. We have a Beastpawn Outcaster that's going to draw us cards off of 4-power creatures. It's a saddle for all, it's a mount for all the cards that work with mounts. It's just, it's good enough. It's not like fantastic. I'd love a Canyon Crab. I think we're going to be reducing our blue splash all the way down to just Wrangler of the Damned if we can. In fact, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop that. And I think I'm going to drop the Visage Bandit, perhaps? Ooh, okay. Botanical Sanctum makes the splash more viable. Do I need the Armored Armadillo? I already have I have 2 Outlaw Medics, a Sterling, 1, 2, 3. We're going to put that here for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops already. This just makes my splash even easier. It's actually worse than just having a green-blue desert, I think. But I think we just pick it. It makes our splash of Wrangler of the Damned and these Outlaw Stitches and stuff so much easier. And, like, what am I going to do? Otherwise, it's the Armored Armadillo. I only have place for, like, maybe 2 or 3 more playables. Let's get cards that aren't leaving my deck. Rambling Possum, Make Your Own Luck. Lonely Arena. Okay, so we have a bunch of these lands. So the question is, Rambling Possum. Return any number of creatures that sell it to its owner's hand. Is there anything that would like the double battle cry trigger? Beastpawn Outcaster would like it. Patient Naturalist would like it. Visage Bandit and Outlaw Stitchers would like it. Alright, so Rambling Possum could be the pick. Otherwise, it's just the Lonely Rio as a way to just make my splash even easier. It could have also been the Make Your Own Luck just as the big card draw effect. So this card could win the games on its own without any help, but it's in the 2 colors we're not playing. Alright. I think we're going to pick Dance of the Tumbleweeds, just another big card. Searches for a basic land and desert, so it helps us fix, and then it becomes a 7/7 usually. So yeah, we're going to pick the Dance of the Tumbleweeds. But man, passing that Laughing Jasper Flint, pick 5. It's like pick 5, you just, surprise, here's the powerhouse you should have been going for the entire game. Alright. So I've been impressed. If slow is the way to do this, Red Rock Signal is slow and actually powerful. They built to sacrifice lands to get more treasures, and then just a 2/4 defender. The fact that this is card draw on a stick, that's a blocker early game and then a card draw late game is actually huge. Otherwise, it's a Sterling Keykeeper, which if we needed more 2-drops, that would definitely have been the play. Bucolic Ranch, this was an amazing card when I got my last mount deck. This literally 4 mana, loot 4 mounts is fantastic. And then, yeah, it's also fixing for my mounts. So it's basically a green-white land for half my deck. Yeah. Easy Bucolic Ranch. Endless Detour. I don't think that's actually good enough. Kellen joins up. Again, don't have any legendaries, I don't think. So I think it's a Patient Naturalist here. Wanted Griffin could be nice. How many flyers do I have? 1, 2, 3. All right. We're not going to be the flyer deck, but this Patient Naturalist giving us more lands is good. Probably should have picked the second Sterling Keykeeper then. Thunder Lasso or Bridal Bighorn. I think I have enough mounts. I believe I have enough mounts. Thunder Lasso pumping a creature up and making my attacks safer is honestly, I think, where I want to be. I just find that equipments are a little more useful than you'd expect because when the games go long, it's power for each card you get. So, all right. I'm just going to shove this Sure Shot into my sideboard in case I want to go green-red. I doubt it. Armored Armadillo. I have seen this card see play. It's great, honestly. Stagecoach Security. I don't think that's for our deck, but it's the only playable here, really. Armored Armadillo. Probably not 2, but here go in my deck. And we got the Sterling Keykeeper on the table as the last card. And we wanted the 2-drop. That's lucky us. That is lucky us. But now we have a bunch of cards to cut. So the question is, do we cut the blue cards? If we cut the blue cards, we don't have to splash. But like every blue card here, Outlaw Stitcher is an army in a can. Visage Bandit is, well, another Outlaw Stitcher, which is an army in a can. Wrangler of the Damned is just, all right, play Wrangler of the Damned, pass the turn, Armored Armadillo. It's a powerhouse. Like, I think I'll cut the Visage Bandit because, like, it doesn't work synergizing with Goldvein Hydra, with Shepherd. Like, basically, the Visage Bandit needs something else to work in a way that the others don't. So I think this 3 splash is fine. We need to cut down 4 more cards. I think Red Rock Signal, well, I've seen it be good, is we are overboard on 3 drops. We have 4 non-creatures, so we have plenty of we have plenty of creature spells. Any non-creature that's good is worth keeping in the deck. We have great fixing, so I'm not worried about the colors. I think I'm more than happy to try to play both the blue and the white just for the best cards. I think, yeah, this Wand Griffin is probably pulled out. I'm looking at these little rankings in the corner. I'm looking for anything that's below 2.5. And right now, the only card I saw was Dance of the Tumbleweeds, which, let's see, it's fixing, but it's 3 mana fixing, it's 6 mana powerhouse. So, like, if we treat Dance of the Tumbleweeds as a card I play always to double spell it, I could play Goldvein Hydra instead. Yeah, okay. So I respect it in that decision there. We are a slower deck, so I actually am happy with the 17 lands that naturally gives us. Usually in best of 1, because of the hand smoother, you want to go 16 lands because it will always give you a slightly better hand anyways. And so you just want to have that one little piece of churning through. Three-Star Commando, I am actually going to pull out. I just don't think it's where I want to be. Basically, it's a 4-mana 5/5, but if I want to pay 4 mana, I already have some good 4-mana plays. If it's a 3-mana 3/3, I'd rather play Patient Naturalist or something. Outcaster. I think I'm playing Outcaster, even though there's so few cards that, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 creatures with 4 power. But then I also have Thunder Lasso that can make my Wanted Griffin or something more powerful. The Goldvein Hydra could just become massive. Yeah. I think that's fine. What do I take out? Do I take out the Armored Armadillo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 early game plays. Plus 2 cards to ramp me. Nexus of Becoming. Yeah. I think I'm getting rid of the Armored Armadillo. Either that, or it's the Outlaw Stitcher or Wanted Griffin. I think... Yeah, I think it's the Wanted Griffin. I have enough late game. The Wanted Griffin is just a 4-mana... It's a 3/2 flyer. It's a good card. It's good enough of a card. But... like... I just have better things to be doing. I think I just have better things to be doing. I'm going to just really quick, so there's 1 card with plot. I think I might just take out Outlaw Stitcher and put in a Visage Bandit in its place, just because plotting for 5 is quite a lot. The difference of plotting for 3, I think, is significant enough. we're not really playing plotting enough cards to make. We're not plotting very many cards. Let me just really quickly, I do this. So then the splash is a lot weaker, but can also be a lot weaker. I don't like this. There are two sources of blue. The Bucolic Ranch isn't really a source of blue because it's going for the Wrangler of the Damned. I don't like that. I think we'll try this, and if we find that the blue splash isn't working or that we're constantly playing cards, we'll switch out the Outlaw Stitcher and the Wrangler for the Armored Armadillos and the Wanted Griffin, and I think we'll still be perfectly fine with our deck. And this will just, like, honestly, the fact that the two white spirits all have flying is absurd. Actually, hold up. We have one instant. Honestly, I think the Wrangler of the Day, I think we can just cut out the blue entirely. I apologize. I like to take my time on these, but sometimes I take a lot of time. All right. I think I have it. I think just this Wrangler of the Damned won't be seeing enough interaction. Nexus of Becoming gives us late game card draw anyways. And so we already have powerful enough late game, and just gain rid of the blue so that we can focus on the other things we can do, I think will carry us to the end. Armored Armadillos, just as a way to survive. Like, we have enough to survive the early game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 early game drops. Late game, Nexus of Becoming, Goldvein Hydra, Bounding Felidar, all great. And what are you doing here? All right, you were not supposed to be in here. That's fine. So now we have another Free Star Commando, which if we treat it as a 4-drop because of the plot, you generally want to play as a plot that just turn 3 if you don't have anything. All right, so yeah, we have 3 major. We have basically, we treat this as a top end. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major top end cards. Yeah, I think we don't need the Wrangler of the Damned. I think just going 2-color empowers our deck significantly. We have 6 mounts for the Bucolic Ranch. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's good enough. One thing we're missing out is card draw, but Nexus is card draw. Yeah, as I said, there's 4 top ends that, yeah. I think we're good. Then again, do we want to go back to 16 lands? That's genuinely a question. If I do 16, what am I putting in? A Dance of the Tumbleweeds? Nah. So the reason I'm not doing Dance of the Tumbleweeds is it's basically return. It's 6 mana, create a 7/7, and ramp a land. Ramping a land at 7 is not worthwhile. Ramping a land at 3 is generally not what I want to be doing. If I do, I want the Patient Naturalist instead. And so, and like, if I want that huge 7s drop, Goldvein Hydra is that, Nexus of Becoming is that, Bounding Felidar is that. So this is just taking the same slot as these 3, and these 3 already do the job better. All right, this is my deck. So I'm missing out on removal spells, I am missing out on card draw spells, but the idea is I sit on the board, they cannot get through me, and I blow them out of the water eventually. All right, let's go for it. Let's see how we're doing. All white. Normally, I'd say that's your opponent's taking 1 mulligan. So I could go Armored into Outlaw. If I draw any green, I then go into Griff. Griff is insane. And then on turn 4, I go into Pump Armadillo. Because I have a 1, 2, 3 curve, I'm taking it. This might be a mulligan. My reason I'm keeping it is simply because my opponent's already down a card. I could take advantage of that. Yeah. So I will say you don't need this much knowledge, but having the knowledge, you can leverage as a weapon. So that is precisely what I do. I leverage my knowledge as a weapon. You do not have to be as good at draft as I am. So the reason I love Magic the Gathering is it's, you know, it has so much depth. There's always more you can be doing. And I love that. Like, it means that because there's always more I could be doing, there's always some way to improve and get better. And yeah, so I am on the side of focusing on knowledge. I will state, drawing no green mana and all green cards definitely hurts. I'm not sure if you can see these tabs, but I have a 43% chance to draw land every time I draw a card right now. And I think most of my cards are green anyways. Like, I have more green lands than white lands. All right, so they just bounced my Outlaw Medic. All right, so this is an interesting play. If I attack with Armored Armadillo, they will block with both and kill it, and I will kill their Irascible Wolverine. I think it's just better I play the Outlaw Medic. But yeah, I now have... So I want to be clear. I play this hand expecting me to draw green, saying that of my lands, there are 7 forests still in my deck. I have a 31% chance to draw a land that will unlock my mana base. All right, so they're planning to double spell next turn. I think... All right, what is the best way to take this turn? So I could Goldvein Hydra, just attack with a 4/4 Vigilance Haste. I could Rambling Possum and just get myself a 3/3. I can Ornery Tubblewag, turn this to 2/4. Ooh. I kind of like that. I think, yeah, play the threat that they have to deal with right now. And then I'm going to pump up my Outlaw Medic, I think. So they only have a red mana. So if I pump up my Outlaw Medic and then attack, do I play Magic during no stream time or do I take a break? Sometimes I take... So I sometimes do this... I watch podcasts while playing Magic in the background. There's these things called starter deck duels, which are super chill. And I'll do it during there. But when I'm not doing that, that's why I'm usually... Whenever I'm drafting, I'm trying to do all my drafts on stream so that you guys can see it as well. But all my basic... But yeah, when I'm drafting, I'm doing it here. When I'm doing a more relaxing, hey, I'm just trying to finish my achievements, I'm doing it off stream. I'm looking at cards off stream. It's not really fun to watch me just like pick a card, spend 30 minutes pressing buttons like, that looks good. I'm not sure how it feels with that. How it feels like that. When you could be, watching some... I feel like there's something far more interesting you could be watching. And so I don't stream that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm trying to make all my drafts on stream. All right, Patient Naturalist. Get myself a forest, please. Thank you. All right. So now they have an Iron Fist Pulverizer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Congregation Gryph. My plan is I'm going to pump up the Congregation Gryph, and eventually I'm going to ride this Gryph over my opponent, and it's going to just, with 2 mounts already in play, next I can play Bounding Felidar, or I can play Rambling Possum. This is for each mount you control. I have a mount here, I have a mount here, and I have 2 mounts in my hand, so this is going to become a massive card. So, like, next turn, this thing's going to be attacking for 6, I think, and it has a lifelink. All right. They are holding up a kill spell for Congregation Gryph. I'm just telling you right now. They're holding up a kill spell. Because of that, I'm not sure if I want to keep committing to it, or if I want to find an in-between. So I think I try to find a good middle ground. So, 1, we want the Rambling Possum to develop. So we do that. And then, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crew the Congregation Gryph with the Rambling Possum and force them to use whatever spell they have ready to stop my Congregation Gryph now. And then I'll worry about it later. Because, yeah, they need to stop this. This is a 6/9 flyer, so it has, like, it has lifelink. All right, so I gained a ton of life, and they did nothing. Do I just end the turn? I think I just end the turn. Um, let's see. If I play this, they'll counterspell. But if they counterspell, then they're not doing anything else with their turn. Yeah, we'll play the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. There's already 3 creatures in my graveyard. It's now an additional threat if they deal with my Congregation Griff. Alright. They're trying to deal a lot of damage, but this D has lifelink. Oh, oops, was they could have played Skullcrack, stopped me from gaining life. That was their mistake. Got it. I think things like that, just little mistakes add up over time. Put simply. Alright, they plotted, and they have no cards in hand, just the Outlaw Stitcher. So they can make a big old pulverizer, but if they attack with that, they're getting blown out on the backswing. I think I take it. Let's see. Crew this. Attack with these guys. Yeah, I am more than happy to take this. Deal me my 6, buddy. Alright. Goldfane for 5. If I want it. So let's see. Saddle with Awesome. Saddle with Patient Naturalist. And I think I play, let's see, Goldvein. Ooh. Goldvein Hydra for X equals 5. And then I'm gonna pump it up with the Ornery Tubblewhack, and then I have 3 attackers that are all very destructive, and they have to just start chump blocking. Yeah, and also vibes, I should note, there are a lot of games that I play off stream. I've been doing a thing where I play at least an hour of a new game every week. But the first time you play a game, you don't even know if it's going to be good. There are certain games that are fun to be streamed, and there are certain games that you just want to be alone. And when I play a new game, I have no idea which kind of game that is, so I do not stream any of the new games I play. And I do not stream any games that's just me watching a podcast and just winning quests. So, yeah, I do. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously, it's been a long time since I've streamed. I've definitely played video games since then, but yeah. I just realized I should close Discord so that if I get any pings, it's not going to affect the stream. I apologize if anyone was affected by that. All right. This is amazing. We have Outlaw Medic into Ornery Tumblewag. Medic is amazing when you can... A Medic is amazing when you can pump it up. Alright. 3-2 Trampler is definitely a threat. I am not going to trade my Outlaw Medic into it. I'm going to pump up with an Ornery Tumblewag and be ready to block. Alright. Opponents is gain a strong mana base. Alright. I'm going to leave the Outlaw Medic to block. Next turn, I Giant Beaver. We'll see if they have some answer to my Ornery Tumblewag. How's it going, Lambo Droid? We drafted another Tumblewag. So hopefully when we get it, it's an easy win. So even if they kill this, I play Giant Beaver next turn and then Shepherd of the Clouds to get my Tumblewag back. Yeah, no, we have a 2, 3, 4, 5. Destroy target mana. Okay, cool. So they replicate that, but this guy is single-handedly holding them down. And do I attack? No. Because if I attack, they'll double block. I can eat the Oasis Gardener, but then, like, not really useful. I already have my plays. Alright. Now I think they're holding up a counterspell. I want to force it out of them. So now, because I'm trying to force them out of their cards, I'm going to attack this time. I want to see how they respond to this situation. Yep. All right, I'm going to kill your Oasis Gardener. All right, so now here's the interesting question. Do I go for Patient? Do I play around their counterspell? That is basically what's going through my head right now. I think the answer is I've played this far. If I play Shepherd, I get the Tumblewag after combat. So I'm going to Patient Naturalist instead. All right, that went instantly, so I don't think they had anything they were holding up. All right, and I get a treasure. But I'm not using that treasure. I'm just making an Armored Armadillo. All right. So they spent their mana to plot a Rise of the Varmints. And now we start planning the blowout. Corner Tumblewhack, which goes straight into play. Going to use this, crewing with Shepherd of the Clouds. And then, yeah, I think just make the Giant Beaver even more of a threat. And people just give up that quickly. Yep, no, I get it. I get it. You get those powerhouse churns, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So, yeah. And this is why I put the Giant Beaver in the deck. 4 mana, 4/4 Vigilance. Good enough. It's more than good enough. My opponent just didn't, like, they double blocked their Oasis Gardener, and then they just didn't have plays. That's, like, they had a good start, but they just didn't have plays because they were stuck on 3 lands. And it looked like they were fixed. Maybe they were 5 color, and they were just too ambitious. But if they were, like, the double blocking with the Oasis Gardener, maybe they just didn't think I would see the Oasis Gardener as a threat. Maybe that's what it was. I don't understand why they made that decision. Why they went the path they did. All right. Way we keep moving against the Benign Sheep. All right. Yeah, this Outlaw Medic turn 2 has been fantastic. Honestly, I might just Thunder Lasso it up if just to give the Medic, if you give it any +1/+1 counters, any way of buffing its power, I mean, it's going to gain you so much life on the way back. And then, yeah, I could plot the Beastpawn Outcaster for a powerhouse turn, or I could just, play Thunder Lasso, then Giant Beaver, then Beastpawn, crew it. Like, I don't need to plot this card. All right. Or I could play Cenote Heath and plot the Beastpawn Outcaster. I think the Thunder Lasso is just good enough that I just use it anyways. I think I'll use the Cenote Heath on a future turn. This puts them in a weird spot. They have to continually commit crimes to make this Omniport Vigilante anything more than a 2/2. Alright, well, they did this turn. They are playing Naya colors. They're probably focused red, splashing white, and some other stuff. Alright. Giant Beaver. Keep attacking. I am winning. So here's the thing. Because I have lifelink, I am effectively winning this. Like, we are 16-18. I am winning this race. Even though my opponent is the one with the Omenport Vigil, the one with double strike and stuff like that. Alright. Next step. Beastpawn Outcaster. We're going to just play it as a 3-drop. See what I draw. Alright. Can't play it this turn, but that's fine. This is where Saddle becomes huge, because now I'm just like gain all the tempo. And then I attack with both. I'm going to tap their Omenport Vigilante, say you have to block with your flyer. Because I'm more scared of the flyer than this 3/3 that they need to keep committing crimes against. Alright. Next turn I could Tumblewag, re-equip the lasso onto a bigger threat. Yeah, we're going to make this giant beaver into a 6. We're going to use the Thunder Lasso to turn the giant beaver into a 6/6, I think. Or we can make sure... There's a few things we can do. All right. We want to saddle the giant beaver. I think we want to saddle it with the Tumblewag. And then we can buff up. So if I turn this to a 5/5, it doesn't block anything additional. Well, it forces the Cactus full plus another block. If I turn this into a 3/5 and then tap this down, I think that's the play. And then this thing has Ward 2. That's perfectly fine. All right, let's tap the Sure Shot. I'll pay the Ward. There we are. So now they want to block and kill the giant beaver, and I'm more scared of the Sterling Supplier. The Flyer is more a threat to me. Try to think what combat tricks. All right, Gold Rush. I could not have decided that anyways. So they kill that, but now I have this massive beat spawn Outcaster. I could saddle the Ornery Tumblewag with my Outlaw Medic. Turn it into a 3/3, 4/4, then turn that into a 7/7. My opponent is getting the board more because I'm drawing lands and nothing else. But I think it's fine. All right. Does this thing have reach? This thing has reach. All right. Let's slow things down. Do I want to attack with my Outlaw Medic? I could turn into a 4/4, attack, tap down the let's see. So if I attack with both of these, as a Outlaw Medic as a 4/6 be spawn out because there's a 4/5, and then I just tap down the Omenport Vigilante, then they're in some weird spots, but I'm not even sure that helps me. Otherwise, I can put it on Congregation Griff, turn that. If they kill my Outlaw Medic, I draw a card. I think that is the deciding factor to this play. Tap down the Omenport. I'm not scared of your double strike. I should have waited to play the Congregation Griff, but it's all right. Like, I will trade with the Sure Shot if they want to do that. All right. I think the Sure Shot is more a threat than the Supplier because it already has reach. All right, so they're sacrificing the Lackey to draw a card. That's smart. I killed their Sure Shot. I drew a card myself, gained a bunch of life. Yeah, let's blot out ourselves another 5/5. Ooh, and here's a fun little play. I can equip the lasso on Ornery Tumblewag to give it enough power to saddle the Congregation Griff, and then put the Thunder Lasso back on the Congregation Griff to stop their only blocker, to tap down their only blocker, and then I attack with a 5/5 and it'd be a 2, 3, 4 power flyer. All right, so let's get to that work. They're holding up something. Tap target non-mount. Okay. So they tap that. This thing needs saddle 3. So we equip this for 2. We use that to crew it. Then we equip that over here. Then we tap down their Sterling so they can't block as they take 5 damage to the dome, all life linking. And to finish it off, let's put our Thunder Lasso onto the Outlaw Medic. So I get to gain more life if they chump. Alright, and I think that's game. That, yep. All right. Yeah, just ground my opponent to the ground. Just ground to the ground. And can I just say, I found a churn to use all 8 of my mana, despite having a plot card. Just this Thunder Lasso. I like equipment. I like equipment a lot more than other people seem to like equipment. Anyways, 32 life to 3. Very, very demanding position. Definitely force them into uncomfortable blocks, because, and that's the thing, sometimes you just need to attack to force them to make the mistakes. You need to know when it's not a mistake for yourself. That's definitely, people will just swing in recklessly, but you do need to know when it is time to just swing it. Sometimes it just occurs. All right. Oof. Because yeah, if you're stuck in a board stall, the way that a board stall breaks is one of you draws your powerhouse card. If you don't have the powerhouse card, then they have the powerhouse card. Whoever draws it wins the game. So unless you have in mind like 2 or 3 cards that will win you the game, or you have a way to surveil into the one powerhouse card you have. Unless you have something like that, unless you have a flyer to get over the board stall, unless you have something to deal with a board stall, just letting it stall out will lose you the game. So you have to actually be considerate of those things. All right, Armored Armadillo into Hard Bristle Bandit into Giant Beaver into Shepherd of the Clouds. Oh my gosh. Curve, people. Curves. Armored Armadillo is not a very good card, but what happens is it just, when you're facing the aggro matchup, it blocks, and then when you're facing the control matchup, it eventually, you get to that board stall, and then you just pump it twice, and it's 8 power for a card you played on turn 1. Even if you just use it as a turn 1 blocker and a turn 12 fireball, like that's huge. All right. No. All right. Let me rephrase that. It's red, no other color. I'm going to play Giant Beaver while I can. Next turn, I think I'm just going to play Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Saddle it with the Burrow Fiend to turn this into to just make the Burrow Fiend bigger, and turn the Burrow Fiend into my next threat after the Giant Beaver. Alternatively, I could attack with the Giant Beaver and the Armored Armadillo. My opponent is getting desperate. What is the most damage output over the long term? I almost want to play the Shepherd of the Clouds just to apply pressure. I kind of want to attack with all just to apply pressure. Just playing a 2-mana 1/1 is so low value. I want to just be able to abuse this more than I currently am. Do I tap the Armored Armadillo and pump up the Armadillo? Yes, I think so. This probably looks really weird for my opponent. But yeah, I want to pump up that Armadillo. Because here's the thing. Now, every time I pump that, that's plus 5 power. And now I have 3 cards that they want to... Ooh. And then I can use this to mill myself some cards, allow my Shepherd of the Clouds to get some value, while making sure next time I saddle it, it becomes more power because there's more creatures in my graveyard. Humble Wags in my graveyard. I now have a perfect Shepherd of the Clouds target. All right. That's exactly what I wanted to see. All right. And I have 2 mounts, so it will come directly into play. I can use the... All right. You gonna make a 2/2? Great. Ah, so much damage. Targets the one with ward. All right. Are they dead? Okay. I can pay 5, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. That is not enough yet. Easy Tumblewag. Use through the Burrow Fiend with the Tumblewag. Through the Beaver with the Shepherd. And I think... Yeah, I think just the Shepherd. And then I'm going to pump up the Armadillo. Just swing with all. Alright. Well, opponent, you have one more turn. I have 1, 2, 3, arguably 4 lethal attackers. You have 1 creature. And the board clear costs triple white. So that's not what you have. Form a posse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Play the Armadillo. Alright. Crew the Burrow Fiend. I think, yeah, we just attack with the Angel and basically everything we can. And we kill him. Yep. Turns out when you don't have early, and that's why the Armored Armadillo is so potent, because it's an early game play. They had no early game. They couldn't respond. I think what happened was they were a base green deck or a base white deck or something like that, and they just were drawing all red mana symbols. Yeah, they played 2 white cards. They were a base white deck, and they didn't draw the planes fast enough. And yeah, you could see how some of my opponents are failing because they have too many colors. Choosing this to be 2 color, I think, was the correct pick. Keep 7. All right. We do not have any crime triggers, so we're just going to drop the C-Note Heath now. We are not going to wait for the 1 damage to be potent, because there's no time where the damage will be potent. And we just have to decide on turn 2, are we playing the Keykeeper or are we playing the Outlaw Medic? I think that really depends on what colors. If they play red, we want to play the Medic to help us get life gain. If they're playing like white or green, we want to play Keykeeper to end the game faster. Black. I don't know what my response to black is. They have Desert Stew. They have a 2-mana 2/2 lifelink. They have a 2-mana 2/2 lifelinker. I want to be able to trade with that, not chump block it. That is my decision point there. Alright. Black-White, Rage of Fellow Omens. And look, now they can't block this. Now I can attack in, and they can't actually chump block the Raven with the Raven, the way they could have with the Outlaw Medic. Perfect. Losing the Tumblewag is very painful, but we'll be fine. We have 2 good attackers next turn, and we plot the Free Strider. Get ourselves, yeah, more presence. We are drawing more than enough lands. Flame Jumper. All right. Well, we got lucky. They had to use their mana in a way that was unfortunate for them. And I think now we just play the Wanted Griffin. Yeah. The 3/2 flyer does well against this board. We have no reason to attack into this. If they attack with a Claim Jumper, I will double block with this Keykeeper and the Naturalist. The Keykeeper is the more valuable card, but... Okay, well, do I just block with the Wanted Griffin? The Mercenary that comes out of the Wanted Griffin allows my Naturalist to attack freely. All decisions. All considerable. Also, by the way, because we played that on turn 4, what's the combat trick? It's called Skullduggery. So we'll turn that into a 4/4 and this into a 2/1. They have 5 cards in hand. You know, I actually think this is the best play. They have a combat trick. What do they think is the threat? And now, whatever combat trick they use, they still die in the process. The only one I can think of that doesn't kill them is the not dead after all effect. But if you were playing that effect, you wouldn't have played a land. You have attacked and then played a land. You would not have just played a land and attacked. Now they're thinking, which one do I skullduggery? Which ones do I kill? And the fact is, the Wanted Griffin allows the Patient Naturalist to attack him more freely. If they kill the Keykeeper, that is probably the best. Their best bet is skullduggery, kill the Keykeeper, and the Wanted Griffin. But yeah, I guarantee that their Claim Jumper dies here, and they need to combat trick to win this encounter at all. Otherwise, they trade with the Wanted Griffin. I get a Mercenary that allows me to start attacking it. Ooh, that was good. I am glad I triple blocked. Oh wait, if they skullduggery, do they sur? If they skullduggery as well, they survive. All right, they left the Keykeeper around. I think that was a mistake. All right, let's make you swole, and let's swing in. And I think we just keep applying pressure. We have a Bounding Feldar coming up, and a card draw off of Outlaw Medic. So I think we just apply pressure and make a 3-star commando. Oh, if no mana was spent to cast, I didn't realize you can reanimate Tree Strider as a 5/5. I did not realize that. Anyways, I just think that 3/3 is enough of a threat right now that I don't need to plot it out and start doing it. I think I just need to apply pressure. All right, you're threatening a board clear. That is not a board clear. It is a good creature, but it's not a board clear. All right, so I can Keykeeper, tap that down, pump this up, start swinging in. Or I could just pump this up, swing in for 4, and play the Bounding Feldar. They should block the Outlaw Medic. If they invest another combat trick, I am very happy with that. All right. So they Fierce Retribution to the 3-star Commando. Which, yes, it is sad that I lost my 3-star Commando. But, you know what? I'm gaining life. And they didn't do this one. Which one do you think is the greater threat? A 3-mana 3/3? A 3/3 or a 4/7 with abilities? Alright. Well, they had kill spells. But I have creatures. Alright, I think I pump this up, attack, and kind of threaten if you want to trade. Then I'm going to just hold up the Sterling Keykeeper to tap it down. Like, listen, I'm still at 17 health with this. If they kill my medic, I draw a card. Yeah, basically, that is correct. Nothing, very little between Yu-Gi-Oh! And MTG actually translates. Which one do I want? So I can't hold up both and the Keykeeper. I think I'm gonna play the Stubborn Burrow Fiend and just the Burrow Fiend. Basically have this 4 power creature as a surprise. And yeah, then when it comes time to attack, I will tap down their Oltec Matter Weaver. Or their Felidar. That's also a thing I could do. I could just tap down this Felidar. Pump this up. Crew the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. This thing has 6, so it comes in as an 8/8. Awesome. See if they'll attack with both. Nope. Alright. And as they end their turn... Oh, non-mount creature. Alright. Well, we're tapping down the gnome so they can't block with it. Alright. Playing that, we're crewing with it. And now, this thing's a 9/9. and have fun blocking. I forgot to pump it up for 1 damage, but I think that's okay. The fact that Bounding Felidar is a mount is actually devastating for me. Yeah, I've actually... That Bounding Felidar is probably going to defeat me just on the fact that it is a mount. The fact that they can gain life with it, that's... Yeah. That they're getting more 1/1 gnomes. They're building an army. I just milled over my flyer. Like, I think that's what's going to win them the game. I'm going to block with my Outlaw Medic and look for a solution to this Bounding Felidar, because this Bounding Felidar will win them the game the way it was supposed to win me the game when I played it. But they had a murder ready after they already killed my free-star commando. Turns out, when one person has kill spells, so the other person has creatures, the kill spells get rid of the creatures that are threats. Alright. Oh, please attack with the Matter Weaver. That definitely won't end well. Alright, I have to block with this just to get the card draw, because I need to find a way to kill this Felidar before it goes any further out of control. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I attack with a 7/7. If they block it, this thing's going to be a huge as well. So, X equals 7. And then I crew with... I think at this point, I crew with the Rambling. Yeah. Crew there. And turn the Gold Vein even bigger. And the fact that Gold Vein has Vigilance is going to help me a lot here. Yep, because they can chump block there, but then this 8/7's coming in, and will be a 7/7 next turn. And they have a key... Why did I not pay attention? They have a Keykeeper themselves. They can tap down this Gold Vein Hydra. That was a mistake, but it might not matter. It might... Generally, because we gain so much life in the early game, it may not matter. They are allowing themselves to go to 3 when I have a trampling creature in play. So, they need a 4th kill spell? Okay. Well, Neutralize the Guards was kind of a kill spell. But, yeah, they definitely need a 3rd kill spell out of the first half of their deck. Otherwise, they can't attack with the Bounding Felidar. Well, okay. They can tap with Sterling Keykeeper, crew with a Bounding Felidar. It gains 1 life for each of those creatures. So they will gain 4 life. That will put them to 7. They then need to block the Gold Vein Hydra and the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. And then I can use the Keykeeper to tap down something of theirs. They might actually choose wait till my turn, wait till my upkeep, and tap down the Cultivated Hydra then to stop it from getting lethal on them. If they keep drawing lands, I'm going to win this match, but they have to keep drawing lands. But yeah, they can't attack with the Bounding Felidar this turn, so their correct move, you look like you're winning. It's closer than you think because of the Bounding Felidar and the fact that this deck could have more kill spells. But the correct move, I think, is end the turn. If that's assuming that last card is the hand, end the turn, tap my Gold Vein Hydra with their Sterling Keykeeper, so I can't attack with that. Chump block my Stubborn Burrow Fiend with their 2/2. Next turn, they continue their crew section, and now they have a way to consistently tap down my Gold Vein Hydra, which it looks like they're doing. All right. So first things first. I don't want to commit too much to this Gold Vein Hydra because, yeah, they're going to Sterling Keykeeper, tap it down. Oh, and this gains them life. Ooh. All right, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. So they have enough to kill. But I think that is worth the losses. Ooh. Well, I'm going to do this for now. We're going to do that. They're going to chump block, as expected. I'm going to end the turn there, and so what's going to happen is now I'm going to tap down their Sterling Keykeeper so they can't block the Goldvein Hydra with it properly. All these chump blockers is pretty bad for me, but I'm at 16 health. That is a significant amount. This Bucolic Ranch is going to allow me to basically scry to a playable card. My 5-mana 4/3 flyer, that will get me... Okay. I have a win condition in my deck. There is a 5-mana 4/3 flyer that when it comes to play, I... how do I explain? I get a 3-drop back from my graveyard into play. I have in my graveyard the Congregation Gryph as well as the Ornery Tubblewag. So I have multiple targets. My opponent is running out of time. They have one card. I am convinced that one card is a land. They did not crew with their Bounding Felidar. And now I tap their Sterling Keykeeper, so they cannot tap my... Alright, so what is on the top of my library? We're going to put that on the bottom of my library. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And now I'm tapping down their Sterling Keykeeper. They're committing a crime. And then I'm going to, yep, tap the Bucolic Ranch, look for... There we are. Not what I was looking for, but another threat, and that's always appreciated. So, next up, I think I pump the Goldvein Hydra, tap down, what do I want to tap down? So now, they don't really have the response that they want. Oh, main phase. Apologies. All right. So, I think I continue to using the Rambling Possum to... Okay, 1, 2... Yeah. I continue crewing with the Rambling Possum. Alright, they have... I saw no triggers, so we definitely have the space. Gonna pump there. And then I'm trying to think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So if I tap down their Ultec Matter Weaver, well, I want them to block their Ultec Matter. Alright, if I tap down their Link Breaker, definitely they're in a tough spot, but they have plenty of ways out of this. I'm definitely starting to mill myself at this point. I just need to think, do I want to tap down now, or do I tap down to make sure their blocks are difficult? I don't really care about them blocking with a new Umi Link Breaker, because they still have to, they still have to stop the Goldvein Hydra. They still have to lose the Matter Weaver. Yeah, they are losing the Bounding Felidar. I think, all right, which one do I want to devour more? The Bounding Felidar or the Ultec Matter Weaver? That is the question. And then I'm getting plenty of treasures for anything else I want to do in the future. All right, so I have the option to kill the Raven and the Ultec Matter Weaver. I don't think the Bounding Felidar is enough of a threat for me to worry. I will definitely take that offer. All right. Kill. Their only source of damage now is said Bounding Felidar. We have 8 treasures. I'm not worried about the Sterling Keykeeper anymore, I don't think. Yeah, they can't tap down the Burrow Fiend. Rambling Possum can now start getting in. I have plenty of mana for anything I want to do. For literally anything except this turn. For anything on future turns. Let's use that phrase. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. The hard part is literally this next turn. If I can get through this next turn, I can get through anything. Ooh! Stop on opponent's upkeep. And on mine. In turn. Immediately tap this for white. And tap their Keykeeper now. So the Keykeeper, with the Keykeeper tap, they have to use their 1/1s to crew the Bounding Felidar, which means that the Bounding Feld, if they attack with their Bounding Felidar, they have no blockers. There, that's the play. So now they can't attack, they can't attack with their Bounding Felidar at all. And I have more than enough mana for anything I want to do. They have sacrifice, the way they're looking at it, they have sacrifice a creature, kill a creature. Okay, so they take out my Stubborn Burrow Fiend. That's perfectly fine. This becomes a 5/4. I mean, okay, it's not fine because now their Bounding Felidar can't be stopped. Because that 7 health is now walling me off, but they can't attack with it either. With all my treasures, we just happily Bucolic Ranch for as much as we can. Getaway Glamour. There is nothing with more power than the Bounding Felidar. Alright, I'm gonna get off the main. Target creature you control. Alright. Yeah, I happily spam the treasures. So, no attacks. End turn. Again on their upkeep. Tap this for green. Tap down their Sterling Keykeeper. Awesome. They can't tap down the Giant Beaver. Cool. Give them their turn. All right, so we had to do a lot of triggers because we need to make sure we do this properly. So now they're going to try to kill my Giant Beaver with another card. Nothing? All right. I am going to exile target non-token creature, beginning of the next end step. All right, cool. So there's no other creature has greater power. Cool. So I'm going to exile their Sterling Keykeeper, and I'm going to destroy their Bounding Felidar. And that should be game. Ah, missed the trigger for Bucolic Ranch. Yep, doesn't matter. They didn't have anything else they can really do. I attack with all. They are put in a difficult situation. Let's see. So if I attacked with all, they have to chump to go down to 1. Yep. Cool. Oh! Some of these games get difficult. Some of these games are definitely decision upon decision upon decision. No denying that. But we are winning. That was a closer game than it looked, because while we had a ton of life, it was basically card for card. We were trading card for card. Every ounce of tempo mattered. And if that Bounding Felidar kept attacking, we would have lost. So we had to keep finding ways to stop their Bounding Felidar from attacking and stop their other fiends. MTGA games are very long compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't have a mana system, so your powerhouse cards you could get within... I mean, it probably is going to cost you a lot of cards. Like I will say this, Lambo Droid, the concept of card advantage between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering is pretty similar. The difference is there's more, because there's a mana system involved, they can actually have draw yeah, they're like 2 to 4 turns. Also worth noting, this draft format is notably a very long format. Games will take 10, 12 turns. When we go to Constructed, you will see games that they'll end... Okay, fair enough. 4 turns is how long it takes the aggro decks in Magic to win the game. So there definitely is a major difference there. One thing that is consistent, though, is the concept of card advantage. The idea that if I play a card to take out 2 of your cards, I am winning by a long shot. The only difference is Magic because there's this tempo theme, Magic can get away with having Pot of Greed and it just being a kind of okay card instead of what Pot of Greed is. All right. Just trying to decide, do I want to return the free... I think I want to return the Free Strider. Armored Armadillo, 1. Rambling Possum, 3. Wanted Griffin, 4. There we are. I like that. And so, if they were aggressive, I would have regretted... Yeah, and like, look at this. Here's a 3-1. I'm very happy I have a 0-4 to stop that. I'm going to plot this. I can't make a 3-power creature anytime soon, or I can't draw a card anytime soon, but something. All right, so here what they're doing is they're crewing, because when they attack while crewed, they scry 1, but there is no combat tricks that cost 0 mana. So we happily block, so we don't need to take this damage. Thank you, Armored Armadillo. You prevented us from taking damage. All right. So we're going to play the Rambling Possum, but we're going to leave the Beast Bond Outcaster in the site over here, because it's when I control a creature with power 4 gray, I draw a card. So I'm going to crew with the Rambling Possum, make it into a 4/5, attack, and then play the Beast Bond Outcaster, and then things start getting fun. Then what happens is I could play the Beast Bond, crew it with a Rambling Possum. When I crew it, I bounce it, and then I can replay it and draw another card. All right. So here's the thing. This is always their first striking just to scry 1 and draw a card. I will be blocking with Armored Armadillo every time. If they have a combat trick to kill my Armored Armadillo, that's still 1-for-1. I paid a 1-mana card. I saved myself 6 damage. They had to spend a card on it as well. So we both spent 1 mana, because let's say it's quick draw, +1/+1, and first strike. Still, they had to spend a card. We both paid 1 mana for this effect. All right, so they explosive derail that guy. That is very unfortunate for me. Makes me kind of want to go pump up the Armadillo, play Beast Bond Outcaster, attack, and draw a card. Is that the play? That might genuinely be the play. I think I'll wait till next turn. Because here's the thing. Next turn, if they kill my Armadillo, so I could develop my Griffin. If they do that next turn, I can attack with my 4/4 as well, in a way that's profitable on trades. I can still block their trained Arynx. Yeah, I still have a lot of options if I just wait till next turn. Eartha Joe is a very terrifying card. It doubles triggers, and with a card that allows them to sacrifice for effects, like... I think I have to go in now, because if I attack and they block, I'm either killing both their 2 triggered abilities. This doesn't have reach, this doesn't have reach. Alright. I think it's time for me to go on the aggressor, because the Red Rock Sentinel says they're winning the control game. If I kill either of these, I'm great. If I kill both the other ones, I'm great. So, yeah. I'm going to do it this way. Now the Arynx can get in, but if they're getting with the Arynx, they're attacking in with a lot of things. I am now showing that I can threaten power. I can close out games if need be. This being sorcery speed is very important. They cannot kill my Armadillo. Is there any... They can steer clear my Wanted Griffin. They can steer clear my Wanted Griffin if they have the card. Otherwise, the Armadillo's Ward 1 is making a significant detour. Killing both their 3/1 and their 1/1 is a significant deal. Killing the Red Rock Sentinel is a significant deal, because that prevents them from using card advantage. Killing Eartha Joe. Alright. I think they have two cards in hand. This guy's activate ability that draws them cards. We're killing the Red Rock Sentinel. That might look crazy. I hate control stun decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't play Magic. No, Magic isn't that cruel, but there is a lot more. It's not just what your opponent does to stop your strategy; it's what you did to actually make your strategy work. You can definitely mess up your own strategy by just not playing it properly, effectively. So they're going to be attacking with their trained Arynx for quite a bit of damage. They could turn their Eartha Joe into a 4/4 and attack with that. But yeah, that Tap Mercenary is going to be doing some work right now. But next turn, we can dump our hand. We continue to attack in the air and become a threat. They should pump it up so they can actually get the damage through. Because if they didn't pump it up, I would have blocked and killed. This Prosperity Tycoon is going to be an issue. But they can't actually protect it right now. Getaway Glamour, so I can attack with Beast Spawn and... If only I had a 4-power creature. Wait. Oh, 4 mana. So I'm thinking at the end of my turn, I can Getaway Glamour, my Beast Spawn Outcaster, and their Prosperity Tycoon? No. I'm just like trying to map out. So I could kill their Prosperity Tycoon this turn. For 3 mana. I think I just have to kill their Prosperity Tycoon for 3, play Stubborn Burrow Fiend, and swing in. Yeah, we are turning... This is becoming a race. Let's win the race. So... let's just... Getaway Glamour. There we are. Back with these with control spells prepared. They constantly have to both saddle the trained Arynx and use the mercenary token on it to get through me. And while they're doing that, I will be building up pressure. Stubborn Burrow Fiend will very quickly get much bigger. Armored Armadillo is always a threat. Yep. So they're attacking for 7. If they don't crew it... Yep, so they have to saddle. So now they're attacking for 7, but their board's now clear. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I say we no block. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, yeah, so if they play nothing, I have lethal. Because I could pump the Armored Armadillo, crew with the Beast Spawned Outcaster on the 2/2. This becomes a 4/4 at minimum. So this becomes a 4/4, this becomes a 4/4, that's 11 damage. So they had to kill everything just to survive. And Gold Vein doing the job, I think. I can otherwise Congregation Griff. I think this is perfectly fine for a Gold Vein. It's only 4 power, but it's 4 power, it's trampling power, it's constant presence. It's another threat they have to kill ASAP. There we are. And next turn I attack with Armored Armadillo and Gold Vein Hydra. I believe that threatens lethal. Because they have to double block the Gold Vein Hydra, and then the Armored Armadillo does the rest of the job. Yep. So they have to chump block the Armored Armadillo. They have to sacrifice a lot for that. Thunder Lasso. Turn this to 5, 6 power. Tap down a creature. And I think this is a better way to force their hand, honestly. So they have to block the Armored Armadillo. Everything on the Gold Vein Hydra. All right. Pump this, and I believe that's lethal. Yep, Trample is a great ability. Trample allows you to go... Any excess damage goes to the opponent's health. And as you can see, all of the cards were 1 toughness. So 5 power with Trample, they only block 3 damage. I was Literally, the whole reason I attacked like that was to say, hey, you have to block the Armored Armadillo, so you can't kill the Gold Vein Hydra. And they're like, nope, we're killing the Gold Vein Hydra. Yeah, it's Pierce and Yu-Gi-Oh! Exactly. Trample. It has Trample, it has a Vigilance, it has Haste. So it attacks immediately, which I'm not sure that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh! Vigilance, yeah. Vigilance and Haste I don't think translates very well with Yu-Gi-Oh! But Trample does. And just all of those abilities on a creature that's as big as you have mana for it. It's insane. It is a mythic. It's made to be played in Constructed, and I got it in Limited. Anyways, we are currently at 6 wins and 0 losses, which means if we can get this last one, we have what's called... Yeah. It's a really good card. It's going to be... I have some standard decks, which means that they are decks where you have access to a whole... it's what you think of when you think Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards where every card is available, it's just what you have. I have a deck with 4 Gold Vein Hydras already in the backlog that I want to work on. I was actually drafting to get myself more cards, so I don't have to use all my mythic, purchase all of the Gold Vein Hydras. I could just get them from drafts. So yeah. So this hand needs a forest, and I'm going first, so I get 1 less card draw. Therefore, I'm going to mulligan. That would... I'm not mulliganing twice. This one needs even more. Okay, well, here's the thing. I wish draft existed in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not sure Yu-Gi-Oh! Could support draft, but yes, it would be awesome. Okay, no, there is omniscience. There is definitely omniscience drafts in Magic the Gathering. It would just probably play a lot more like that. So I do recognize this is a bad hand to keep, but I needed something, and this was something. Now we do... So in drafts, you win until you get 3 losses or 7 wins. We are at 6 wins, 0 losses. We're about to start losing. Yep. So this Blood Hunter is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If they play a land and attack, I cannot block anymore. And so this card's going to single-handedly win them the game. The fact that I had no plays to stop it for the longest time, I wrote my own death sentence, basically. This card's going to... Okay, so if they play a land, if they attack, this thing will trigger. They'll lose me 1 life, gain 1 life. That turns into a 4/4 because of all the abilities on it. Oh, no, they're just going to make me discard a card first. All right. I don't think I need this Key Keeper. I think just the... So I'm playing to win. The way I win is I play Giant Beefer, I double block 1, then I kill the other next turn. So I'm going to... And then the Outlaw Medic helps me card draw into a win. So we're going to play to the possible win. We are not playing... Shepherd of the Clouds makes sense. All 4 of these cards I cannot play. But I think if I don't draw a land, I just lose here anyways. And I just lost here anyways. Alright. Well, sometimes you get bad hands. I couldn't keep the last hand. I shouldn't have kept this hand, but I just was like, I need to take the risk. And my opponent, okay, I will say, Blood Hustler turn 3, Hostile Investigator turn 4, with plenty of crimes in your arsenal. Listen, this is the opponent to lose to. This is one of those opponents where it's like, listen, I didn't want to lose, but you're going to win anyways. Let's just take all my bad luck and shove it in this one game, because I can only lose... You only get 1 loss. You don't oh, you did absolutely nothing this game. Yeah, you're taking 2 losses for this. It doesn't happen. But... yeah. Crime Land, yay! So now they give it lifelink? Okay! Alright, well, I'm blocking the Investigator. Alright. Well, now they're at 24. Giant Beaver isn't enough anymore? I think I play Wanted Griffin so I can block the Rattleblack Apothecary. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, the single card has won them the game. I do not think I could beat it. I was going to say they need another crime, but they have a Siphon Insight sitting right here, so they have another crime right there. Desert Stew, give it... Oh, they gain Menace? Yep. So I have to block here. The reason I have to block here is they have a way to make me lose life right there. So I have... Menace means I have to block with both. and if I take the 6 damage, I die instantly because they can pay 4 to make me lose a life. So unless I get a kill spell, which I don't think I have many kill spells in my deck, if I have any at all. All right. So we're going to play Shepherd of the Clouds, and we're going to get back our Sterling Keykeeper. Oh! All right, yeah, they have lethal on board now. So I'm going to yep. Just do a little fun thing. Let them take their turn. Goodbye. Goodbye. What in tarnation? Just do a little fun little emotes. Because I want them to get their little fun. Sometimes you get missions where you have to play a certain amount of cards. I'm going to let them play their cards. Alright, well, that was our first loss. But that's perfectly fine. Yeah, so they had a good deck. We stumbled. I think that's a good combination. You want them... Basically, sometimes your opponent gets the amazing draw, sometimes you get the bad draw. And sometimes you get non-games. You want all the non-games to occur simultaneously. That way, all your bad luck drains out. I know luck is not a resource, but there is a true placebo factor in that. Seeing all your bad luck at once makes it feel like it's time for good luck, and just the feeling of it's time for good luck often gets you to a better spot. I'm keeping this because the Congregation Griff is really that insane. We are going second, so we have now 3 draws at the land that we need. We have an Outlaw Medic and the Beast Bomb that I can plot. I now have a Hard Bristle Bandit, so I can make sure of it. I'm thinking with that, I plot the Beast Bond. Let's see, if I play Hard Bristle Bandit, and then... Alright, so here's my plan. Turn 3 is Griff. Turn 2... Alright. What will I do with 4 mana? If I have 4 mana next turn, I can play Outlaw Medic and plot the Beast Bond Outcaster. I think I want to get the Congregation Griff online, and that has a saddle of 3. I don't really need that Outcaster right now. I think just playing the Outlaw Medic and having a way to lifelink to deal with all the aggression that I'm going to be facing is probably the best. Vile Smasher will be getting in for some damage, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. But at least this way, if they play cheaper creatures, I can actually lifelink my way out of it. And that's the important factor. I am going to be able to lifelink my way out of this bad situation. Oh my god! Remember, so during the draft, I was offered this card. I said, I almost want to splash it, even though it's both not colors I play, because it could single-handedly win games. So my opponent's about to single-handedly win the game, in case you're wondering. Alright, so my win condition, Ornery Tumblewag. I think I put this here. I Gold Vein for X equals 3, then use Ornery Tumblewag, just sacrifice my Ornery Tumblewag to turn it into, to turn this Gold Vein Hydra into like a 4/4 or 5/5. They now have a Wanted Griffin that they could play as an Outlaw. Yep. If they attack with Laughing Jasper Flint, I think I am double blocking if they tap out their mana. Nope, they just skewer the critics, so now that card's gone. Glad I separated. I can't kill this. Alright. Oh, alright! Penny Bone's the big pocket. So if that's a Death Toucher, so it's going to kill whatever... Like I said, it's better to get all your bad stuff in one game. Now, it's kind of annoying getting them twice in a row. It is very annoying getting them twice in a row. But, yeah. So they have lethal on board. They are drawing 5 cards next turn. Goldvein Hydra's not big enough. They'll just use their Hellspur Brute to break through it. Congregation Grift doesn't win me. I think I still lose if I do this play, but I think I'm doing it because it's the best chance of, hey, maybe they make a mistake. But yeah, now they draw 5 cards off my deck. They might not even want to play any of them. They're going to attack. If Tiny Bones hits me, they steal my Ornery Tumblewag, which, yeah, gives them another win condition. All right. Their Hellspire Brute deals a bunch of damage. Their Vile Smasher keeps hitting in, racking it up. I don't know how I'm supposed to win. But yeah, they dumped their hand on turn 4. They dumped their entire hand on turn 4. Just the Hellspire Brute? Just the Hellspire Brute gives me a bit of a chance. Because I life gain, I draw a card. I could Goldvine Hydra, X equals 4. Then I play Beastball and Outcaster, draw myself a card. I can't attack because Servant of the Steiner. Alright. X equals 5. Does that help me anymore? Congregation Grip. Alright. So first we X equals 4. And 4 is enough. And we Beastball and Outcaster, draw a card. Then do I play Armadillo? Or do I just leave up the Hard Brand to block the Tiny Bones? And also, by the way, they are slowly milling me out. So when I run out of cards in my deck, I will also lose the game. So, yeah. I'm going to know it, Pax. I'm going to wait for another turn. Oh, they just... So, yeah, they're milling 7 cards. They can wait till the late game because, yeah, I have 12 cards left in my deck. No Nexus of Becoming. Ornery Tumblewags in the graveyard. Oh, and they exile it. So I don't even get the treasure tokens. Beautiful. So exile, it never actually dies. It just leaves the battlefield and never comes back. Yep. Good game. Block there. Block here. Just for the sake of my heart. But yeah. Sometimes your opponent gets the nut draw. So, okay, we got our 2 bad luck games out of our way. Time for just a little good luck or a good, tough, close game to seal it out and get my 7 wins. And by the way, even if I don't get 7 wins, these events cost me 1,500 gems. I'm earning 1,800 right here. So, I'm not... If I lose out, sucks. I'm not in a bad spot. Like, I won more than I lost, and I got rewards accordingly. So, yeah, I'm not complaining if I lose. It's just like, so close. So close. Precisely. Everyone loves a comeback story. Also, everyone loves just working hard and getting the rewards. I believe vibes I've shown I work hard on making sure I understand this format. All right. Armored Armadillo, Outlaw Medic, Stubborn... Oh, Armored Armadillo, Stubborn Burrow Fiend. All right. I think I actually have to play the tap land first. Yes. Very much yes now. All right, Canyon Crab. All right. I am going to play Bucolic Ranch. Yep. So I'm going to play the Stubborn Burrow Fiend. And here's the thing. So I'm going to do Ornery Tumble. They're probably going to play just leave Canyon Crab up to draw cards. Yeah. I know how this works. No blocks. All right, cool. I get to deal damage. Awesome. I like that they tapped out their blue mana. This means that they can't hold up in the spell that makes this bigger. That would kill my... There's a 2-mana counter spell that would take out my Ornery Tumblewag. They can't have that now. And I'm going to make my Ornery Tumblewag bigger, so I have 2 threats. And I am going to win this race if you want to keep racing, buddy. You do not want to keep racing. Alright. Prickly Pear. So let's see. I can make this to a 6/6, which is basically unblockable for them. I think that's where I start. And then I can figure out what I want to do next. So now I saddle the Ornery Tumblewag, and now the Tumblewag is the threat. So we turn into a 4/4, then we attack. We double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. We now have a 6/6. They have to chunk block. Nothing else makes sense. Alright. So now I think I'm gonna Bandit to get myself some land possibilities. And Armored Armadillo, because that helps fill out my curve. Awesome. So now they need a kill spell for my Ornery Tumblewag right now. Otherwise, it's going to just keep chewing through their threats. And I get to pump up my Armored Armadillo, which is an amazing card. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough. So my Ornery Tumblewag gets to keep on keeping on. So crew it with a Stubborn Burrow Fiend, I think? Yeah. And we're going to actually pump up the Armored Armadillo this time. And that being said, I want to make this a 10/10 so that there's just nothing my opponent can do about dealing with this card. It does not have trample, though. So once they get an answer, they have an answer, but they have to get an answer as soon as they can. Plot the Free Strider or play Wanted. I think the Wanted Griffin. I'm kind of thinking just Outlaw Medic. Say you can't, if you get the kill spell for Ornery Tumblewag, yeah, they're at 2 cards left. We're going to just hold up. And if they kill spell, I have Getaway Glamour to save my Ornery Tumblewag. And yes, that does make it a 2/2 once more, because it doesn't come back with the +1/+1 counters, but it gets my game back under my control. Really? Yeah, I understand attacking with the duels of the mind. The rest don't make sense to me. Alright. So yeah, so from here on, I'm going to leave 2 mana open whenever I can. Just because it makes sure I can always hold up a way to protect my Ornery Tumblewag. Alright. Crew it with the Burrow Fiend once more. And now we make this Armored Armadillo a threat. So if they don't block the Armored Armadillo, it can now pump itself into +8 power. I'm going to leave my mana open. And then I'm going to play another Armored Armadillo. And I get to hold up a check with the Bucolic Ranch. So they have to kill my Ornery Tumblewag now. They're not applying enough board pressure. Ambush Gigapede. Kill that. Okay. I don't... I'm trying to think. Is it worth... No. I'm going to keep my protection on the Ornery Tumblewag. Alright, so they have a 6/2 now. But 10/10... Well, hold up. What did they kill? Hard Bristle Bandit? Alright, I'm going to trigger a Bucolic Ranch in response. I can use a land. I could use a land, I think. Yeah, with them taking away my Hard Bristle Bandit, I keep the land on top. Alright. Alright. I'm going to play 3-Star Commando just as a 3/3, just so I could crew my Ornery Tumblewag. And then I'm going to pump up my armored armadillo so that it can go through the canyon crab and attack with both, doubling the counters on the ornery to make it so that they cannot triple block it and kill it, because 1818 means it threatens lethal on its own. So now they have to just keep chump blocking. Don't have enough mana to power that through, but they're now at very low health. I have an Outlaw medic to block. If they try to kill my ornery Tumblewag. Yeah, this Duelist of the Mind, they're cycling through their deck, they're gain 2 their kill spell, but the thing is, this is cycling. They draw and discard, so they don't get card advantage. They're just looting for their kill spell. Once they find it, they will use it. I will protect my ornery Tumblewag, and that should be game. Because my armored armadillo is now very hard to kill. Attack with the Gigapedes. Alright. Fine with these blocks. They don't have trample, so reduce the damage taken. Draw a card. Let's see. 4, 5. Wait, hold up. I think I have lethal. So at the end of their turn, I can get away Glamour this, remove it from the board, pump up, attack with all. All right, let's go for it. One, two, three, four, five. All right. Oof. Rooftop Assassin to block. All right. Do they realize that my Armored Armadillo is also lethal? Because if they don't realize that, then we win. All right. Well, they had to trade. They had to chump block. All right. And now I think I play just the Wanted Griffin because it's a 3-2. It helps me block my All right. So now this will help block the 6-2. If they kill it, I still get a jump blocker behind it. And now I win the game. I do not, because they played their land, there is nothing. I have lethal on board. I pump up the Wanted Griffin. I crew with this. I attack, double the +1/+1 counters. All right. If I made a mistake and didn't block, they would have counter-lethaled, but that's not going to happen. Now I get a 1/1 mercenary. I could have turned this into like a 32-32, but I think that's good enough. I think I proved my point. I don't want to BM on an opponent. Sorry, Hulk Smash 3D. Unfortunately, the movie was not good enough for you. Ambush Gigapedes were great. My opponent, I think the problem was they had a lot of loots, but they didn't have card advantage. So they were going through their deck to find the perfect spells, but I already had my threat, and they weren't finding the thing that can resolve the threat. Pumping up my 2/2 into a 3/3 immediately so that Gigapedes couldn't get it, that was costly. They did realize that they couldn't, that they had to block the Armored Armadillo at points. That was, I think I played this really well. I think my opponent played the best they could. There really wasn't, once I got that in there, once I got my Tumblewag there, their win condition was the Rooftop Assassin. I don't think they got it in time. I think looting through their deck to try to find the win condition was the win condition, but unfortunately, there's only so much they can do. My opponent played well, but I think just the Ornery Tumblewag single-handedly took this game, as that card does. And with that, we got our 7 wins. We did not We did not trip at the finish line. Nexus of Becoming was never seen in any of my games, except that one time it went to the graveyard. So I can't even rate this. Shift the Cloud's great. Valiant Feldar had to be killed and was the threat my opponent was using against me. I think it's a good card. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, I like to do like a drop down. Rambling Possum, I'm sure is fine. 3 mana 3/3 was why I played it. Same with Freestrider Commando, 3 mana 3/3. That's why I played it. Patient Naturalist was great. Ornery Tumblewag, of course. Outcaster, 3 mana 3/3. Again, sometimes that's good enough. I drew a few cards off of it. That was great. Love Me My Thunder Lasso. That did win the game. I think that won me the game. I was able to just swing a lifelink clean Outlaw Medic constantly. I do definitely think these tap cards are underestimated. Sterling Keykeeper won me some games. Getaway Glamour, always awesome. Armored Armadillo. Let this be the sign that Armored Armadillo is a good card. Armored Armadillo is a good card. And it's even rated solid playable that rarely gets cut. 2.5. I can't say better than myself. Not aggressive, not synergistic, and doesn't fit into your dream curve outs, but it's just the stats are great. Yep. And if you get +1/+1 counters, if you have a way to pump this, the fact that any toughness pump just gets extended into that 4 mana feature, huge. Gold Vein Hydra won me a game, but some games just didn't do enough. Hard Bristle Bandit, I mean, I had enough lands, but either way, I think all my cards just did perform precisely as I expected them to. I built this deck because I expected it to be good.